Hey everyone, it's Leandra from New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program at our Lexington, Kentucky facility. And for our Trainer Tip Tuesday, I have with me Stevens Joy, who is available for adoption. So if you go onto our website, horseadoption.com, you'll see her profile, Stevens Joy. She's a filly and she is a really sweet girl. She doesn't have any physical limitations that we know of. She'd be the perfect size for a polo pony, or if you wanted to have a smaller project or maybe even a ranch horse. She's really versatile and she's done a great job of transitioning as a whole. You can see even that we've just started to have flies come out here, which is one downside of having some nicer weather, but Stevie doesn't mind too much. So you might see on Stevie that she has this sort of elastic system on her body. And this is a product that we use here at the training barns. Some of the other facilities use it as well. It's made by a company called Eagle. It's a ProSix. So this is one of their main products, and what it does is it provides strength, balance, and proprioception. If you're not familiar with the term proprioception, it describes your sense of awareness of your own body movements and your limbs and sort of where they are. So if you have a horse who develops a condition like wobblers or EPM or anything that becomes neurologic, they'll have trouble with proprioception or the understanding of where their own limbs are and the placement and the movement. So one of the pillars, like I said, is proprioception. Then there's also balance and strength. So the balance comes from this movement both side to side and front to back, where there is a gentle pressure on the horse, and in that same sense it builds strength by that gentle resistance using the horse's own movement. You can use it under tack. We generally use it as part of cross training and groundwork. So Stevie is going to help me demonstrate, and I will also point out that because she's so petite, we've sort of stretched the limits on what this size is supposed to cover, but thankfully it's very adaptable, and for our purposes today I think it'll work just fine. And Stevie, you can tell, is very sweet. She loves Rambo. Alright, so Stevie here, she's just in a rope halter, and I also have a heavy rope lunge line, which I like just for the weight of it. So I'm going to send her out. Watch out, Rambo. And one of the things that I wanted to work on with Stevie is just building her muscles front to back and side to side. I mean, truly just anything but the forehand muscle, which is what she seems to. If you just look at how her neck is really overdeveloped, she kind of has a U neck and not much of a top line or hind end strength. So we're just going to get her to sort of passively think about where her legs are. She's going to have that natural strength and balancing effect just from the easy resistance and the placement of those bands. Come on. And she is so willing and receptive that she's very attentive to any move that I make. And she is kind of asking if, like, are you really wanting me to move forward more? But we're just gonna do sort of an easy demo right now. So for our purposes, that's okay. Going in circles. Come on. If anybody has any questions, they are welcome to ask them in the comments. Good girl. Oh, what a sweet girl. So really just short demo today, but I wanted to bring some attention back to the ProSix because we're finding ourselves using it a lot. EPM is a condition that is relatively common in this region especially. So it is said that over 60% of horses are exposed to EPM, and it's just a smaller percentage that actually show signs such as neurologic signs of it. So many horses actually have the antibodies, but when we tend to notice the impact of it, because many horses can live with it, develop the antibodies for it and not have the negative implications. But when they do, a lot of times they can benefit from having the additional benefits of the ProSix, even if you're suspecting that one of the key things that would suggest that they might have EPM would be hind end weakness. But I think we all know that hind end weakness can be the result of many different things, including just a horse who has this kind of build too, where she's very heavy in the front muscular development and doesn't have so much of the push-off muscle that we want to work on. So this is just a great way to relieve some of the anxiety and stress that they might have around work and really working on developing those muscles, because that can just be hard work, just like if you were building muscles at the gym. And this has this steady pressure, it's gentle, it's easy, so it gives them comfort a lot of times, kind of like you might imagine with the thunder shirts that you can get for dogs if they're anxious. So it's a similar effect, so you're working them but also doing it in a really easy way. So we like it a lot. We're finding that we're using it often, so I figured I would share it with you all for this Trainer Tip Tuesday. And thank you so much for joining me today. You can check out our website at horseadoption.com, and definitely check out Steven's Joy. Her profile is already up on her website, and she's just the sweetest girl in the whole world. So we're excited to find Terry the right adopter. Thanks everyone.